Watching for the cue.
Hello?
Yes. Ready? Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome onto the pitch, please, your two teams, the Hawks and Gospel Borough.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gospel Radio, where today we've got Boxing Day action, a proper derby where Gospel Borough hosts Havant and Waterlooville. Looking at both sets of teams, starting with the Hawks. In goal, 13, Lorenz Ferdinand, 2, Freddie Taylor, 5, George Milner-Smith, 6, Brendan Wilson, 8, Ollie Pendlebury, 9, and their captain Ryan Seeger, 10, Leon Maloney, 14, Harry Thorpe, 15, Paul Rooney, 19, Mitchell Aston, and 20, a former Gosport man, and that is Harvey Laidlaw. As for Gosport Borough, there is one change from the side that lost to Farnham, and that comes at right back. Harry Kavanagh out and Benny Reid in. As for the rest of the team, Henry Blackledge starts in goal. 2, Benny Reid. 3, and our skipper Rory Williams. 5, Joe Morrison. 7, Bradley Tarbuck. 8, Adam Tommaso. 11, Rafa Ramos. 17, Trevor Caborn. 20, Michael Fernandez. 21, Ben Greenwood. And 25, Ethan Taylor. The two teams both out on the pitch at the moment. Gosport in a yellow and blue strip, looking like they're going to be shooting from my right to left, and Havant and Waterlooville in their traditional white strip.
Down it goes. And so this is it, game time. Gospel Borough versus Havant and Waterlooville in the pitching in Premier Division South this afternoon. Lovely to see so many of you here. Thanks for your support and enjoy the game.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in into Gospel Radio now, I'll run you through both sets of teams again, starting with Havant and Waterlooville. In goal, 13, Lorenz Ferdinand. 2, Freddie Taylor. 5, George Milner-Smith. 6, Brendan Wilson. 8, Ollie Pendlebury. 9, and their captain, Ryan Seeger. 10, Leon Maloney. 14, Harry Thorpe. 15, Paul Rooney. 19, Mitchell Aston. And 20, Harvey Laidlaw. As for Gosport, Henry Blackledge starts in goal. 2, Benny Reid. 3, and our skipper, Rory Williams. 5, Joe Morrison. 7, Bradley Tarbuck. 8, Adam Tommaso. 11, Rafa Ramos. 17, Trevor Caborn. 20, Michael Fernandez. 21, Ben Greenwood. And finally, leading the attacking line is 25, Ethan Taylor for us today.
Almost.
It looks like it's going to be Havant and Waterlooville kicking us off in the centre circle. Ryan Seeger, the skipper for the Hawks today. Jeremy, Boxing Day action here at the AEI Stadium, and it will be a proper derby.
Yeah, good afternoon, James listeners. Happy Christmas to you all. I hope yesterday was everything you hoped and wished for. This one's going to be close, I think. It's going to be as tight as you like, because despite Gosport being considerably higher up the table than Havant have hit form just before Christmas. And I think this one's going to be very, very cagey and very, very close. And also there's a lot of tradition and history surrounding this fixture. Certainly about if you rewound the clock 10 years, there'd be a lot of angst and the derbies would be white hot. But these days it's been replaced by a respectful, friendly rivalry, I believe. And that may continue into today's game.
Well, we are on the way here at the AEI Stadium. Ferdinand inside Easty, going long with the distribution. Looking to be picked up by Trevor Caborn on the far side, who stabs the ball forward. It's being chased down by Ethan Taylor on the far side. Ethan Taylor looks up, switches into Michael Fernandez outside the area. Michael Fernandez looks up. He's going to switch it into Rafa Ramos. Rafa flicks it left into Ben Greenwood, left of the 18-yard box. Ben Greenwood looks up. Can he get his pass across? He can't. He goes back into Adam Tommaso. Tommaso left into Ben Greenwood, but in doing so, kicks it out for a Havant and Waterlooville thrown on the near side. But Jeremy, like I said, so much history in this game, and a lot of the players on the pitch, like, for example, Bradley Tarbuck, who would have been playing in those key games, Rory Williams, Dan Woodin, who's on the bench, they know what it means for the Gosport fans today.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of players on, I think, more on the Gosport side that have played for Havant as well and played the other way. So it's just there. You're right. There's a lot of sort of subplots and personal sort of history. Like Rory spent a good few years at Havant and Waterlooville. when they were in the National League, and Brad, of course, was there. And yeah, it's good to see because it just adds that little bit of intrigue to an already interesting game.
Ryan Seeger inside his own half, looking to flick a ball back onto the near side. It's being picked up by Havant and Waterlooville. Taylor on the near side up against Rafa Ramos. He passes back into Wilson, who goes long into the sky. The header won by Rory Williams inside his own half before going back into Havant and Waterlooville possession. Jeremy, going back to last week's game, Gosport versus Farnham, it was a tough game for Gosport up against a good Farnham side. I'm not sure what you heard really from that game, but in the end, it just felt like Gosport weren't clinical enough in that game. Is that what they need to capitalise on today if they are to get 3 points?
That's what I understood. Obviously, I missed that game, but that's what I understood from the coverage that I've seen of it. And Farnham are banging form anyway. They probably are the league's form team, not full stop at the moment. So I wasn't too surprised to hear that we came away empty-handed. But if we'd have been that little bit more clinical, and I understand that a few crucial refereeing decisions didn't quite go our way either.
Yeah, you can certainly say that.
But that's not really an excuse. You can't fall back on that. But yeah, just we know it's all about finishing off. When you sort of put together a good move, it's about when you create chances, trying to take them.
We're just approaching the 3-minute mark here at the AEI Stadium. If you're just tuning in, it is Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0. Gosport on the far side with Bradley Tarbart, the former Havant and Waterlooville man, into Michael Fernandez. Fernandez forward into Trevor Caborn, just by the right corner flag. Caborn cuts inside. Still looking to get his cross across, in which he does. Can it be picked out by Ethan Taylor? It can't. Instead, a Havant and Waterlooville man beat him to it. And now Maloney coming down the left-hand side, being tripped by Michael Fernandez.
Clumsy.
A little bit there.
Clumsy, very clumsy. But yeah, to be fair, it's one of those, I think, where you've heard the old expression, taking one for the team. He knew that he was on a run there and he just put a stop to it by any means. But I think from what we've seen in the opening 3 minutes, both sides are prepared to have a go, which is exactly what you're looking for in a game such as this.
Ferdinand, the son of Rio, inside his own box, and Michael Fernandez has just dispossessed Wilson there, doing well enough to win Gosport a throw-in on the near side, deep into the Havant and Waterlooville half. It looks like it's going to be taken by Ben Greenwood on this near side. Greenwood, the Gosport number 21. He's got Adam Tommaso running towards him. Once Greenwood picks up Fernandez, who returns it back into Greenwood. Greenwood on the touchline, feeding a pass into Rafa Ramos, but Rafa just can't get onto the end of it. It's being cleared away only as far as Ryan Seeger, who flicks it back, Corley into Pendlebury. Havant and Waterlooville looking to counter. Laidlaw, the former Gosport man, forward pass, which runs out of play on the far side. And 4 minutes now played here at the AEI Stadium. It is Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0. There's no other games in the Southern League today, so we're going to be getting you live scores from the Championship. And there's already been an early goal, and Bristol City lead away to West Bromwich Albion. We will be keeping you up to date with the Pompey game as well. Obviously, Pompey being our local team, and they host Queen's Park Rangers today. That could potentially be quite a juicy one to watch out for.
Yeah, because it's a pity really that I find the professional game doesn't follow non-league lead in that pairing up local clubs on Boxing Day, because that could really add quite a special thing to it. Like, for example, can you even imagine having Pompey Saints on Boxing Day? Actually, the place might object. But you get the idea, though, when you've got two teams in the Championship travelling up and down the country, when really they could pair them up a bit better.
Yeah. Well, I suppose even with Pompey playing at home, it's going to have an impact on our attendance today. But it looks like a promising attendance. I'm going to cut away as Havant and Waterlooville were on the attack down the near side. Fort leading that attack. Now it's resulted with Pendlebury inside the Gosport half. Back into number 19, Aston. And it's worked out to the far side with Harvey Laidlaw up against Trevor Caborn. Laidlaw into Maloney. Maloney turns. And the ball's still in this left-hand patch. It's being chased down by Gosport players, but Pendlebury, Corley keeps it before the cross come in from Maloney, headed away. It's going to drop to Ryan Seeger, who brings it down for Aston, lining up a shot. In the end, it's slashed just wide of Henry Blackledge's right post. Well, that's the shot.
Yeah, that just shows the attacking intent there. It was about a foot wide of the left-hand post there. But going back to the crowd, I think we've probably gone over 1,000 looking around. When I went downstairs with 20 minutes to go, it was very, very busy. So I think we probably have exceeded 1,000. But I think if this game had remained tomorrow, you'd have doubled it.
Easily. Well, the goal kick has been taken. There were appeals for a Havant and Waterlooville free kick in the centre of the park, which the referee has agreed with. The man in the middle, Joshua Langley Fining. And Havant and Waterlooville with this free kick on the halfway line, taken quick into Ryan Seeger, but it's been picked up by Bradley Tarbuck on the far side, that second ball. The ball driven forward, picked up by Harvey Laidlaw on the halfway line. Before returning back into Gosport possession, Benny Reid picking it up, and now Trevor Caborn storming down this right-hand channel. He's got numbers arriving. Michael Fernandez takes over the ball, jinks inside of Aston, but can't get past the Havant and Waterlooville midfielder. A duel in the centre, and there's been a sliding challenge from Trevor Caborn just outside the penalty area. It was Caborn on Aston there. That's the feistiness we wanted to see, but a yellow card gone to Thorpe there. I'm not sure why Thorpe got the yellow. I think it was for that prior challenge.
Gave it a bit of a shove, maybe, but yeah, the initial challenge was a little on the reckless side, if you don't mind me saying.
But we love that in these sort of derby games.
Well, that you associate it with local derbies, but I mean, we've only played 7 minutes, for heaven's sake. Just take it a little easy, please.
Well, from that, Havant and Waterloo will have a free kick just outside their own box. 7 minutes now played here at the AEI Stadium. It is Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0.
Yeah, it's been an interesting game in these first sort of 8 minutes, James, without there being too many clear-cut chances other than the Havant shot that went just wide. But as I said early on, both teams have clearly turned up wanting to play football and take the game to the other, and that is promising for the next sort of 80 minutes or so.
A ball drops to Havant and Waterlooville on the edge of the box. Laidlaw going for a shot, but it's luckily an easy save in the end for Henry Blackledge, but he had to get down low. He's a big lad.
Tell you what, James, he saw it late. I thought that might just sneak underneath him for a second, but he made the save.
Well, a note on our new keeper, Henry Blackledge. Since coming in, the one word I would have to associate with him is consistency. For such a young keeper, he's done brilliant in between the sticks for us.
It's a steady, calming influence for the players just in front of him, isn't it? Ryan Hall obviously was well established, but he probably won't be playing again this season. So you need someone like that to come in and offer the same calming presence, the reassurance and the confidence that the defenders know that behind that last line, you've got him willing to make sort of key saves and able to make the key save.
Taylor with a throw in deep inside the Gosport half. It's thrown into Seeger, but a heavy touch from the Havant and Waterlooville man allows Rafa to overturn possession. Michael Fernandez coming forward for Gosport, turns, plays it back into Ben Greenwood. Still inside the Gosport half, and it's gone all the way back into Henry Blackledge, outside his 6-yard box. Blackledge looking to get rid of the ball. It's a long high ball into the sky. It's brought down well there by Rafa Ramos, cushioning it for Michael Fernandez.
I think the whole back kick wasn't his best, and that's invited a whole world of trouble, if you ask me.
Seeger looking to thread a ball through to Pendlebury, but Joe Morrison tidies it up, clearing it long. It's being picked up by Trevor Caborn on the far side on the touchline. Tarbuck looking to thread a ball into Caborn, but the pass just didn't get across there.
Thank you very much.
Caborn inside the Havant and Waterlooville half. A heavy touch sees it nearly overturned before going back into Joe Morrison.
On the Pompey game.
Now Rory Williams for Gosport, the Gosport skipper. And his pass is picked up well by Taylor. And now Thorpe, he's coming forward for the visitors. But Rafa Ramos doing defensively well once again. Before taking it outside of Thorpe, and it's a striding run down that left-hand channel. But it's good work effort there, I thought, from Raffles, even to overturn possession.
It was, and he showed too much of the ball in the end, and the move broke down. But I think going back to Blackledge, he needs to be a little bit careful. If he's going to kick like that, he needs to be decisive, he needs to be quicker, because he was messing about with Ryan Seeger, and that is the last player on that pitch you want to be doing it with his experience and potency in front of goal. Don't muck about when he's in the area, just get rid of it.
Michael Fernandez looking to take it down this left-hand side. He gets past two Havant and Waterlooville men. Still going, passes it into Ethan Taylor. Taylor looking to feed it back into Fernandez, but it's being picked up by Wilson before he passed it to Ferdinand. And now cleared by Havant and Waterlooville on this near side. But promising link-up play there between Fernandez and Ramos, Jeremy.
Yeah, they're keeping the ball moving quickly, Gosport. But look out the other end, because Seeger's gone down there.
And the referee has given for a red card. Joe Morrison is sent off for Gosport after bringing down Ryan Seeger just outside the penalty area. Joe Morrison has received a straight red for that challenge on Seeger. I don't think many people saw that coming, Jeremy.
That is going to be
That's a huge turning point in this
that's a
game.
massive moment so early on. And I tell you what, I don't think I can argue with that, James. I don't know if I can argue with that, if I'm honest.
I don't think it was worthy of red. I thought yellow, maybe. Not even
You
yellow.
go, but the referee's got to go by the letter of the law. He was the last man.
Tell him Rob.
He was the last defender, and it's a yellow card there for Rory, probably for dissent. But if you rewind that, I'd be interested to see that again. But my interpretation of it there was that Morrison was the last man. Uh-oh, what's going on now?
We've got a free kick on the edge of the box.
So yeah, when all this is died down a bit, Havant, I think, will have a free kick right on the edge, just to the right of the D, and Harvey Laidlaw is lining this up. But I think that this incident with Morrison is going to be talked about over and over and over again. But the crux of it is 12 minutes gone, 0-0, Gosport are down to 10. And if James Carrott is still going, that's fine. I can talk you through this. So it's a free kick then just to the right of the D, literally 2 yards outside the area. Harvey Laidlaw is lining it up.
Yeah.
And he will be eyeing this as a shot into that top left corner, I think. So Blackledge is trying to line up the wall. The referee's blowing the whistle, so this will be Laidlaw's ball to strike. And I suspect it'll be a left footer. Here it comes around the wall, and the keeper's made a save. He saw it late, but he got down there and made a comfortable save. But now we can rewind, James, and we can rewind to the incident that's seen Morrison dismissed. I think the referee, who was about 10 yards behind, has interpreted that as he was the last man, therefore by the letter of the law.
Awarded a corner.
And now the referee's awarded a corner to Havant.
Blackledge holds on to the ball for too long from the goalkeeper.
And it's just, all of a sudden, there's a little bit of an edge to this game now,
Yeah.
where there wasn't before.
Well, it's going to be a mountain for Gosport now. 10 men down. I don't want to say it too early, but when you're down to 10 men in such a big game, it's always going to be hard.
It changes the dynamics, it does, but it is still 0-0. Let's not forget that. But it will change the dynamics, it will change the tactics that Gosport are going to have to go with for the rest of the afternoon.
Well, Havant and Waterlooville will have a corner on this near side after Blackledge held onto the ball for too long. The corner comes in, punched away by Blackledge, only as far as Maloney outside the penalty area. Maloney with the ball in, it was thinking towards goal, but well gathered there by Blackledge. Well, Jeremy, what do you think Mark Summerhill and Glenn House will be thinking now in the technical box?
They're going to have to do some hasty rearranging, aren't they? Because Morrison's probably one of the most key players on the pitch for Gosport. So are they now going to think about rearranging so they can get Finn Walsh-Smith on? So
You would think so,
have
yeah.
the two centre-backs out there. It just means they'll have to sacrifice the forward option. But at the moment, you've only got one central defender out there. In fact, I don't think you have got one, actually, looking at it.
Oh,
So
no, you don't.
they're going to have to do it. Because with Lasmer out today and Finn Walsh-Smith on the bench, you haven't got a central defender for Gosport. So they are going to have to make a change. And I suspect it will come quite quickly.
Well, just under 15 minutes played on the clock here at the AI Stadium. It's Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville there. And I can't believe what I'm saying, but Gosport are down to 10 men inside 15 minutes. Joe Morrison being the man who got sent off after bringing down Ryan Seeger just outside the penalty area.
It's good to see that Seeger's okay because he did land quite heavily in the incident, didn't he? And he came down on his shoulder.
Well, he's such a key man of Havant and Waterlooville, Seeger.
If he'd gone off, that would have been a massive blow for Havant, to be fair.
Those that are unaware.
Well, instead it was Joe Morrison who went off for Gosport, not injury-wise, suspended-wise. And, well, the referee's just given Gosport a free kick on the near side, looking to be taken quickly by Ethan Taylor. But you just wonder how that's also going to disrupt the game in terms of will that impact Gosport's confidence for the rest of this game?
No, I don't think so. What they do need to do is they need to be a bit clever with their tactics now, as we just discussed. They haven't got a central defender out there, so they are going to probably make a change very shortly. But what they do need to do is just make sure that they're tactically aware, tactically organised, to cope with the loss of Morrison. And worse still, is he's probably now going to get, because it's a straight red, it'll be a 3-match ban. So he is going to miss Walton away, and then the next 2 subsequent games after that.
Well, Gosport on the counter-attack, coming down the centre of the park. Benny Reed striding forward, offloading it into Fernandez on the far side. Fernandez dinks it in. It's a deep cross. Can it be picked up by Rafa Ramos? Thought went in to go and intercept it, but it's gone out for a throw on the near side. Will be taken by Ben Greenwood for Gosport. Greenwood looks up. Ethan Taylor running towards the throw-in taker. And he does throw it into Ethan Taylor. Ethan Taylor goes down after pushing the back, but gets back up immediately, keeping it in play on the near side, just by the left corner flag. Ethan Taylor looking to still get his pass across, but he kicked it into the legs of Thorpe as it goes out for another Gosport throw-in, even deeper inside the Havant and Waterlooville half. Greenwood with the throw-in into Rafa Ramos inside the box. Rafa goes forward across, but it evades pretty much everyone, dropping back into Benny Reed. On this right-hand side, Fernandez looking to pass it back into Reed, but he has to go behind into Tarbuck, and Havant and Waterlooville pick up that clumsy ball. Ryan Seeger coming forward for the visitors. Pendlebury coming forward, but in the end, Michael Fernandez ushers him away from the danger zone. Aston inside the centre circle for the visitors, back into Wilson. And Jeremy, I'm not sure if you noticed, but it looks like Adam Tommaso is now occupying that right centre-back role.
For the moment, but that's not where I thought where he's most effective, isn't it? So I think it'll be interesting to understand what's going on in the mind of Glenn House at the moment. Yes, he's moved back there at the moment. Maybe he's played there and can do a job there. I don't know. The trouble is where he's like the midfield maestro, and there we go. You see, Finn Walsh-Smith is warming up. So that's just, I hate to be right. There you go.
Taylor dinks in a ball into the Gosport box, headed away by Gosport. Tarbuck picking up that clearance. It's going to drop into the centre of the park, brought down by Havant and Waterlooville. And as Jeremy was right, Finney Walsh-Smith is preparing to come on for Gosport now.
Has to, because Gosport can't play without a central defender. They just can't do it. So it'll be interesting to see who will make way and what the tactical shuffle around will be. That will look like.
Well, it also looks like Kai Shaka, his warm-up's really intensifying, so I wonder if he could also be following him onto the pitch.
Can't see it, but who knows? But certainly Finn Walsh-Smith will be on momentarily, and as I said, it'll be interesting to see what the reshuffle will look like when it happens. But almost certainly you're going to lose an attacking option. Almost certainly.
Well, in the other championship games, Leicester City at home to Watford have just taken the lead through Jordan James on 7 minutes. The goal here at the AI Stadium is Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0. 19 minutes now played on the clock, but Gosport are down to 10 men after Joe Morrison was sent off a straight red after a challenge on Ryan Seeger. And Jeremy, for the listeners just joining in now, Gosport down to 10 men.
Yeah,
they're coping okay at the moment.
At the moment, yeah, the incident's pushing on for 10 minutes to go, as we've discussed. But I'll just reiterate for anybody just joining us, Gosport, I think, are about to make a tactical substitution, as I thought they would have to, because they currently don't have a central defender on the pitch.
Havant and Waterlooville have the ball on the far side. Milner Smith, the former Aldershot man, into Wilson. Wilson lays it off into Taylor. Taylor with loads of space down this right-hand side. He's storming into the Gosport half, going right into Thorpe. Thorpe looks up, goes inside of Greenwood. Pendlebury, 20 yards outside the Gosport goal. Before a pass is gone back into Brendan Wilson on the halfway line for the visitors. Now Milner Smith. Brushing a pass left into Harvey Laidlaw. Laidlaw into Maloney. Maloney pushed to the floor, but the referee waves play on. And now Havant and Waterlooville still coming forward down this right-hand side. Rooney into Thorpe. Thorpe looks up. Now Pendlebury. Pendlebury right at the 18-yard box. Back into Taylor. And Taylor did not get a good connection behind that cross. In the end, knocking it out for a Gosport goal kick.
Yeah, that skewed off and hit the yellow bus bar behind the Gosport goal there. But to me, I think.
Well, the Gosport change will be happening, and Kai Shaka will be following him onto the pitch. Now, this is very interesting.
Yes, it is interesting. 17, Craigborn. There's your attacking option.
Trevor Cable.
And the other one?
Avon was on a yellow.
He was on a yellow, so 11. Rafa Ramos. Ladies and gentlemen, got 20 double substitution coming on number 4, Finn Walsh-Smith, and number 14, Kaya Sharko. They're replacing number 11, Rafa Ramos, and number 17, Trevor.
Jeremy, 2 attackers off, Ramos off, and Caborn. Are any of them surprising for you?
Yeah, I said to you that I thought we'd lose an attacking option. I didn't expect to lose 2 of them. So yeah, this is an interesting move, and it'll be interesting to see how this shapes up tactically, if I'm honest with you. But Shaka, at least they're putting kind of like for like. Now, Caborn was on a yellow for the challenge that he put in, which is when this game just started to get a little bit niggly. Now there's a lot of feisty challenges going in just below us here in front of the dugout. That's a shove there on Shaka by Taylor. Now is the referee going to reach for his pocket? Yes, he is, for a yellow for Freddie Taylor. So yeah, the game is feisty now, but until that initial challenge from Trevor Caborn earlier in the game, it wasn't like that. But certainly now there's an edge to it. Ryan Seeger's questioning the decision with the referee. It was a foul, yellow card, not so sure to be honest. However, Gosport do have a free kick about 20 yards inside the Havant half on the left-hand side. No surprises as to the taker, Ben Greenwood. With that wand of the left foot, I think he's going to send a quality delivery into the penalty area. Here it goes. It's sort of arcing and bending behind the penalty spot. Can anyone get anything on it? No, Havant do deal with it and get it away. Back to you, James.
Finley Walsh-Smith plays a pass all the way back into Blackledge, who looks to clear it back up the other end of the pitch. The clearance being chased down by Rory Williams before dropping back into Tarbuck. The pool bin pool in between the two teams at the moment. And Jeremy, just another note on the changes. Kaya Shaka, he's gone back into midfield. Are you surprised that the 2 attackers have come off, though?
I thought we'd lose one because you'd have to, because they've had to get Smith out there. I called that quite early. But to take 2 good attacking options off, Caborn I get because he's on a yellow and he's got the red mist in his eyes for me. So good move. Ramos, yeah, that's a surprise. So clearly it's a big tactical reshuffle, and I'm not surprised if Rafa is a little bit fed up with that.
Well, Ben Greenwood wins the ball outside the Havant penalty area. Ethan Taylor jinking in and out, going for a shot. It's being blocked. It falls to Kaya Shaka. Shaka lining up a shot once again blocked. Michael Fernandez now left of the penalty area. Fernandez looking to get in across. He whips it in. It finds the head of Vinny Reid, who went in there. Heads it over the Havant and Waterlooville crossbar. A Havant and Waterlooville man goes down. I think that could be Aston.
I'll tell you what, didn't that catch him by surprise?
Yeah.
Benny Reid made a really good run in there and just literally bounced off the top of his head and up over the bar. Now, if he'd sort of been a bit more aware, he could have maybe guided that past Ferdinand into the net. But I think it really caught him out, to be honest. But yeah, a good move all round from Gosport there.
24 minutes on the clock. It is Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0. Gosport, though, down to 10 men, and we've already made 2 changes in this game. Both changes made in reaction to the red cards. We've lost Ramos, and we've lost Caborn due to the subs, and Finn Walsh-Smith and Kaya Shaka both on after Joe Morrison was sent off on 12 minutes. Havant and Waterlooville coming down the right-hand side, but the referee's going to go back to the player down. And I'm pretty sure that could be Rooney on the far side, who is the player down for the Hawks.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, I didn't see that challenge.
No, I didn't either. Yeah, I tell you what, Paul's just raising a point that actually we have got a decent crowd here this afternoon.
A really good crowd.
I think this is well in excess of 1,000. It'll be interesting to see the number when we get it in the second half. But yeah, I thought. I was actually quite concerned actually when this game was moved to today from tomorrow that we were going to lose a lot.
Yeah.
But in fact, this is looking quite healthy actually. I reckon it's maybe 1-2, 1-3.
Well,
But
2
we'll
teams
see.
that are very well supported in this league. And
They are.
Gosport now up to second in terms
In
of
the
the highest
attendance table,
attendances in
yeah.
the league.
And of course, it's not far for Havant fans to travel, even though you've got problems on the motorway closure and the Gosport
Yeah.
ferry not running today.
But let's just say it took a long time getting into Gosport today, so we appreciate all the fans that made the journey here today. Back to the play though here at the AI Stadium. Havant and Waterlooville will have a throw-in on the near side. Looks like it's going to be Taylor heading over to go and take this throw in. I'd say 10 yards or so away from the right corner flag. Havant and Waterlooville number 2 with the throw in. Gosport plays all man marking the Havant ones, but the throw in taken into thought. It's worked onto Aston on the near side. He dinks in a ball and it curls nicely into the arms of Henry Blackledge.
Yeah, that was sort of bending and swerving its way towards that far top left-hand corner, wasn't it? But Blackledge read that perfectly.
Blackledge drop kicking it forward. The header won by Wilson. Middle of the Havant and Waterlooville half before the ball rolls out of play for a throw on the near side. That being a Gosport one. And to be fair, Havant and Waterlooville, they've certainly picked up form. Didn't have a great start to the season, but under their new gaffer, it looks like times are changing.
Yeah, they've definitely picked up without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, beating Wimborne Town 4-0 last weekend was an absolute testament to that, which is why I knew that this derby would be tight, it would be close, and so far that's correct.
Well, their last win, I'm pretty sure, was against Wimborne, a 4-0 thrashing.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Exactly that, and that's put a lot of confidence into that team, because you don't associate a massive club like Havant Waterlooville being down in the bottom 4 or around the bottom 4. You just don't. But they have been. But it's good to see them pick up and start climbing the table.
Why do you think they struggled so much at the start
I
of the
don't
season?
know enough to even remotely begin to answer that question, but it appeared that confidence was something of an issue. But certainly the confidence was sort of almost sucked out of them. But then they've had a management change, and all of a sudden it's looking a lot brighter.
Oh, Ben Greenwood picking a ball up on the edge of the box, switching it back into Kyle Shocker. Shocker lays it off to Reed. Reed lining up a shot, it takes a deflection. A half opportunity for Gosport there, in which they didn't capitalise on. Benny Reed probably just needed to take a clean first time shot there.
Yeah, he didn't have the time to muck about there. You can't sort of try and touch it and control it. Just when you've got those 2 yards when the defenders are coming in on you, just leather it, because it might end up in the back of the net.
Well, it's now been 16 minutes with Gosport down to 10 men. But to be fair, Havant and Waterlooville haven't capitalised on it so far.
No, and I think it's because Glenn Howes was quick to make the changes that he did. But yeah, half an hour, it's still 0-0. But Gosport, as you say, Gosport been down to 10 for nearly 20 minutes.
Maloney on the far side, dinking in a ball, headed away by Ben Greenwood. Thought not too happy there, but the header rolls nicely back into Michael Fernandez, and he can't keep it in play as it goes out for a Havant and Waterlooville throw-in. I'd say 25 yards outside the Gosport goal.
Yeah, Havant just starting to get some momentum going forward. So Gosport need to be on it. They need to just keep their concentration levels up here, because I can just sense Havant really just getting the momentum behind them now.
Well, just under 30 minutes played here at the AEI Stadium. It is Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0. You're listening to Gosport Radio.
Yeah, the floodlights are on now as darkness begins to fall. Obviously, by the time this game ends, it will be absolutely pitch black. So the lights are on nice and early. Just a very, very cold afternoon here in Gosport. I know there's one or two listening from further afield today. So an overcast afternoon, temperature about 6 degrees, but with the wind coming from the east, it's quite chilly here.
Well, you say further afield. I actually noticed on the Instagram comments section today, we have some fans tuning in from America.
Exactly, and I know exactly who one of them is as well. Mr. Adams, good afternoon, or is that good morning for you at the moment?
Have a little bit of a trend, don't we, of American listeners at the moment?
Well, I know John Adams is out there having the trip of a lifetime, and I hope, and if you are listening, John, I really hope you are enjoying it. It looks absolutely amazing from your pictures. So if you are tuned in, then maybe say hello to us, and yeah, I hope you're having a brilliant time.
Well, Gosport have a throw on the near side. It was taken by Rory Williams, and the ball yo-yos back to him from the throw-in. Adam Tommaso, still playing that sort of right centre-back role, but it looks like Finley Walsh-Smith's gone more centre. It sort of looks as though we've gone to a 5-back now, the way we're playing.
You've got to be defensively sound at the moment, but especially it's not helpful that Charlie Wassmer's not playing today. Now, there is Blackledge again messing about with Seeger lurking. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it.
And also, on that note, actually, I mentioned about 5-back, but it looks like Ben Greenwood now playing a left wing role. And I wonder if that's what was instructed into him when he had that quick chat with Mark Summerhill.
You wouldn't be surprised, would you? obviously the sending off of Morrison after just 12 minutes is going to have a massive impact on how Gosport play this game today. We can talk about that incident later. It's just about perspective. What did the referee see? Because he was 10, 15 yards behind play at the time. What did he see? That's all important.
Maloney into Rooney. Rooney outside the D. He's got Taylor to the right of him. Goes for that option. Taylor into Ford. Ford back into Rooney. Rooney dinking in a deep hanging cross, headed away by Benny Reid. And the header takes it out for a Havant and Waterlooville corner on the far side.
Yeah, see, Havant are just starting to get some good moves together now, and Benny Reid was spatially aware enough just to get that out in the danger there and then, even though it's at the expense of a corner.
Well, Pendlebury is the man behind this Havant and Waterlooville corner, and pretty much every player is at the back post for Havant and Waterlooville. The corner has come in, it's steered towards goal, and it's been finished by Brendan Wilson. It was Brendan Wilson at the back post there who steered his header home for the Hawks. He went flying in there like a hawk, Wilson, to nod it past Blackledge. It was a powerful header from the Havant and Waterlooville man to break the deadlock here at the AI Stadium.
After 33 minutes, the scorer number 6, Brendan Wilson.
To be fair, Jeremy, you could see what Havant and Waterlooville were trying to do from that corner. It was executed perfectly.
It certainly was, and that was a really good header from Wilson at the far post. And I just said to you, didn't I, that Gosport needed to be aware. Pendlebury, I think. Pendlebury.
behind that.
But yes, I think they've just. I think that's just. They'd had enough warnings, haven't they? With Havant coming forward, it said the momentum was going their way, and just caught out at the far post, and that's how it is. So Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 1 after 33 minutes here at the AI Stadium, and on reflection, oh hello, it's a bit of an ugly-looking mistake there from Walsh Smith. He almost let Seeger have a clear run at goal, and that could have easily manifested itself into a chance that led to a second. And of course, Ryan Seeger, an experienced forward who's been around the non-league circuit, doesn't tend to miss those chances when he's given them. So Gosport just need to be a little bit more mindful of the danger that he poses. And here come Havant again down the right-hand side with Taylor. He's making a driving run here. And Fernandez is trying to slow him down, but not succeeding. Here comes the cross from Pendlebury in towards the far post. Blackledge is still there, and the ball is loose here. Can Seeger turn it in? It's still not away. Gosport. And Aston, I think it was who was out there. And Gosport now, their afternoon set to go from bad to worse.
Was there a penalty?
Yes, he was clipped.
Well, you would have to think though, Jeremy, from this penalty kick, it looks like Leighton was going to be the man taking it, but I thought it would have been Ryan Seeger.
No.
So it is going to be Ryan Seeger. They switched it back to the number 9.
With his experience, but that whole incident there came from a mistake, and Gosport just couldn't deal with it. They just couldn't get rid of the ball, and this is the upshot of it.
Well, this could be the chance for Henry Blackledge to make himself a Gosport hero. He's been great since coming in for Gosport. Can he make the penalty save, or will the experience of Ryan Seeger prove to be too much?
Well, the chance is there for Blackledge to be a hero, isn't it? Let's see what the outcome is.
The Havant and Waterlooville striker, Ryan Seeger for the Hawks. Seeger steps up, goes for a shot, and is snuck in towards the bottom left corner. Henry Blackledge went the right way, but Seeger's penalty had the conviction behind the ball. Stabbed into that bottom left corner, and Havant and Waterlooville have doubled their lead inside 35 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Havant and Waterlooville goal after 35 minutes. The scorer from the penalty spot, number 9, Ryan Seeger.
They're now 2-0 down to the Hawks.
Jeremy, this is not what we wanted.
No, but it's what I feared, unfortunately, with the sending off and the momentum gradually going Havant and Waterlooville's way. They now have a 2-0 lead, and Gosport have it all to do. 2-0 down and down to 10. It is a difficult afternoon for them now. We did think at the time that the sending off would prove to be a critical moment, and it has been, certainly. But Fernandez now down the left for Gosport, trying to engineer a chance, and the ball back with Tarbuck. Tarbuck still trying to shape to shoot on the edge of the area. He can't, so he lays it out wide right to Tommaso. Tommaso now with a cross, high cross, but Taylor's being pulled back. Fernandez trying to get the shots deflected and away. Havant are just desperately trying to clear their own lines at the moment. Gosport keeping the ball. Finwald Smith is miles up the pitch. He just needs to be a little careful he doesn't get caught out of position. Fernandez again trying to engineer something for Gosport, James.
Finley Smith on this near side, passing back into Rory Williams. Glenn House is not happy in the technical box, shouting instructions, and you can't blame his frustrations.
No, you can't. It's all gone wrong for Gosport in the space of about 20
Well, we've
first half
capitulated
minutes.
within the last 5 minutes,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And Gosport giving away another ball, nearly picked up by Maloney. Instead, it's going to fall back into Laidlaw, who blasted it into a Gosport man there. Ethan Taylor looking to overturn possession on the centre circle. He does. Back to Taylor, and Taylor just picks up possession into Pendlebury. Now Pendlebury coming forward for the Hawks, laying it off into Taylor. Taylor dinking in a hanging cross, but it's been well gathered by Henry Blackledge, making sure Ryan Seeger couldn't get onto the end of that cross.
Yeah, suddenly it's all Havant, but it's been leading that way since the sending off, really, just little bit by little bit by little bit. And suddenly it's not looking too clever for Gosport, and half time for me can't come quick enough.
Well, we're looking really sloppy when playing out from the back as well.
Don't do it.
Exactly.
Stop doing it then. I've warned the listeners about the dangers of it, and now we're seeing it. So,
Well, Benny Reid coming down this right-hand side. Can Gosport get a goal back in this game? Ethan Taylor, long diagonal cross. It's picked up by Ben Greenwood. Greenwood stabs in a pass, but cleared away there by Wilson. And Wilson's clearance falls all the way to Rory Williams, on the near side. Williams scoops in a ball over the Hawks' defence. It's been picked up by Tarbach. Tarbach back into Michael Fernandez. 20 yards out, back into Ben Greenwood, left of the 18-yard box. Greenwood back into Fernandez. And Fernandez going into Tarbach outside the penalty area, left of centre. Taylor looking to offload into Tommaso. Tommaso back into Tarbach. Tarbach coming down this right-hand side. Goes outside of Maloney. He can't get past Maloney as Maloney goes down. And he does well enough just to usher it out as it goes out for a Hawks goal kick. And now 38 minutes played. It is Gosport 0, Havant and Waterlooville 2.
yeah, 7 minutes to the break, and that break can't come quick enough for Gosport, I'm afraid. They need to get in and have a chat. They really do. Obviously, the game isn't lost. You know, we've seen it how many times over the last few home games where teams have got a goal and they've come back into it, and we've come from behind. It's not the first time we've come from behind either, if we did manage to do it. But there just needs to be just an element of calm, a discussion, just reset and go again. And if you can come out and get us a goal within the first 5-10 minutes of the second half,
Instantly back in it.
Yeah.
Do you think Glenn House and Mark Summerhill will be looking to make any changes? Already making two.
They've made two already, and their options on the bench that are left are relatively limited. Although Wooden's there, I think he'd relish another chance to score against Havant, and of course he is Gosport's talisman. So
Luke Cook as well, another attacking change perhaps.
So,
Three players who will add a lot of energy if they were to come on.
the problem you've got there though is they're all forward-thinking players, and you haven't got any defensive options. So if Gosport lose another defender, either by being sent off or injured, then they have a problem.
Havant and Waterlooville with possession inside their own half. Wilson, the man who put the Hawks ahead, into Pendlebury on the halfway line. Pendlebury turns, laying it off right into Taylor. Taylor looking to get it across down the right-hand side, but that pass has been picked up by Ben Greenwood. And now Gosport looking to counter. Bradley Tarbach, right into Adam Tommaso. Tommaso, forward into Benny Reid. And Gosport playing it across the right touchline. Blackledge inside his own box, passing it into Tarbach, but Tarbach dispossessed. Now Havant and Waterlooville coming forward. Aston lining up a shot. It's being charged down by Kaya Shucker. Laidlaw now on the far side into Maloney. Maloney shrugging off his man, hanging in across, and it flies ahead of four who heads towards goal. It's a great save by Henry Blackledge, and the rebound falls kindly, luckily, to Rory Williams, who clears it down this left-hand side into Michael Fernandez. Jeremy, that's a fantastic save by Henry Blackledge.
That's a critical save, that one, because if that had gone in, then I think that would have been good night Irene as far as Gosport are concerned. But yeah, critical save. And a vital one, James, to be honest. Right, so James is just social mediaing, so you've got me for a minute. Havant playing the ball around with ease, with nonchalance at the moment, and just starting to come forward now. We're just seeing that the 50-50 winner here in the ground today is going to win £307. That's not bad.
Don't forget the 50p.
And the 50.
Yes.
No, it's not me either. 5-1, so not to be. But Havant still trying to come forward. Ben Green with a critical challenge there, and then he loses the ball, wins the ball, loses the ball again in a quick sequence of play there, James. Ball now back with Ferdinand as Havant reset, recycle and go again.
Well, I can now get you some of the scores in the Championship. Hull City have levelled against Sheffield Wednesday. Southampton also levelling the score against Oxford United. Taylor Harwood Bellis finding the Saints leveller. Back here though at the AEI Stadium, it is Havant and Waterlooville leading by 2-0. Gosport also down to 10 men. If I'm being honest, Jeremy, it's not making for pleasant reading so far.
No, but then we knew the incident with Morrison was going to have a massive impact on how this game developed from that point onwards, and unfortunately that's come to pass. And I think in the tactical reshuffle that followed, taking Caborn off was possibly a smart move because he'd already been booked for a bit of a reckless challenge and he had the red mist in his eyes. So potentially that saved Gosport from a second red card as well. So very sensibly done there. But yeah, I think the problem with Gosport that they have is defensively they're thin on the ground. They've got one centre back out injured. They've now got one sent off, and they've got one left in the terms of Finwell Smith. So if anything happens to him, then they're going to be very defensively fragile. Not just today, but next week when they go to Walton and Hersham, who are the runaway leaders.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, I suppose the only thing is we do have a lot of young players who could come in and do a job. One potentially being Henry So, who has already come into the first team a few times and done a good job. Maybe they will need to call upon him. Havant Waterlooville coming forward, a ball skimmed forward. It was Rooney there with the pass, but it didn't connect well with the run of Rooney on the near side.
Havant are hungry. You can see their players are first to everything now. The second ball, those sort of 50-50 challenges, those white shirts are the first to them. And that's a little thing that Gosport need to be better at in the second half. If you watch the second ball, 50-50 challenges, it's always a Havant player that gets there first. And that's something that has to change.
Well, Blackledge with the long distribution, headed forward there by Brandon Milner-Smith, who went storming in there to win the header. Blackledge forward for Gosport. Rory Williams going for a high hanging cross. Can it drop down for Ethan Taylor? Taylor held back by Smith there. Leon Maloney coming forward for the visitors. He's got Thorpe to the right of him. Chooses that option. Thorpe coming forward for Havant and Waterlooville. He lays in a cross, but it's been picked up by Finley Wall-Smith. And Rory Williams just hits it off of Thorpe as it goes out for a Gosport goal kick.
Should be getting the board any second now to find out what the added time will be. I think we're about to see it, but I'd probably interested in about 2.
Yeah.
Can't see it being much more than that. Haven't had too many stoppages in this game thus far, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what it's going to be.
Well, we have now just approached. Well, we have 45 minutes. So we're just waiting for the added time now.
I think I've just heard the Honky have scored. I think I've just overheard that.
Oh, we have to
If
check
I'm
that in a
right in
minute.
hearing
Yeah.
that.
Well, a goal kick taken by Blackledge, but Havant and Waterlooville did look to pounce on it.
Here comes the
Gosport overturning it again.
board's coming out. Here comes.
And there will be an additional 2 minutes added on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time. 2 minutes.
To be fair, I probably thought it should have been longer there.
No, I don't know. I did say to you I didn't think it on 2. Because we haven't had too many, have we? Really, haven't many injuries. The biggest stoppage we had was the dealing of the Morrison incident, the fallout from it. That's sort of been the biggest stoppage we've had in this opening 45. We're already nearly a minute into those 2 added minutes anyway, so got about 1 minute left of this first half.
Well, from a Gosport point of view, wouldn't it be nice if we could just get a goal going into the break?
That would be very.
Yeah, running out of time to do it, mind you.
Well, Michael Fernandez winning a ball inside the Havant Waterlooville penalty area. He whips in a ball that evades everyone across the 6-yard box. Just needed a tap in there from Gosport. Any yellow shirt to get onto the end of it. Really unfortunate from Gosport there. Tarbart looking to keep it in play on the far side. He wins Gosport a throw-in deep inside the Havant Waterlooville half. He throws it back into Tommaso. Tommaso having to backpedal to win the ball. Kaya Shucker gets the better of Ryan Seeger, still going down this right-hand side. The Gosport substitute into Ethan Taylor, but Taylor dispossessed by Aston. And the referee has just blown for a Havant and Waterlooville free kick as well. And I think that could be the final really bit of action in this first interval. The referee having a quick look at his watch. And there is the half-time whistle. So it finishes here at the break. Havant and Waterlooville 2, Gosport 0.
Okay.
Gosport did get sent down to 10 men. After 12 minutes, it was Joe Morrison who was sent off for the host after bringing down Ryan Seeger just outside the penalty area. Gosport made 2 changes as a result of that sending off. Ramos and Cable both coming off, and Wolf Schmidt and Shocker both coming on. But on 33 minutes, the deadlock was broken by Havant and Waterlooville. A corner hung towards the back stick, picked out Wilson, who went leaping in, steering header home to give the Hawks a lead. And then just a matter of minutes later, they doubled their lead. Havant and Waterlooville given a penalty, and it was converted by Ryan Seeger. So it finishes here 2-0 at the break. We will be back for a second half commentary on a new stream. So check out this Gosport channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Get all your beverages, food ready for half time, and we'll be back for second half commentary.
Happy birthday for next week. Everything I've been told, did you? Too bad. Happy birthday to you, my dear. Thank